Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And yet again, please forgive us if it freezes up. Due to health reasons, we've not had Random Neighborhood Kid come by. I'm kind of sick. Make him sit close to me. Probably not smart.
Thanks.
But anyway, it is BOLO Day, Saturday. We bring some of the highlights sold the last week on eBay. And we go into a deep dive, and Mr. Magazine's deep diving with Frank Williams.
All right. I bought a huge collection of autographed cards from the 80s and 90s, probably 10 plus years ago. Been sitting in the corner. We finally decided to sell them. And guess what?
What?
We got a couple bidders building sets, so they're, bidding each other up. And Frank Williams, who was a common player, cards worth about 5 cents unsigned, but signed, it is worth $91.
No, I don't collect 1987 Topps Frank Williams autograph cards.
I know you don't, because you're an investor.
Oh.
Anyways, it's a Frank Williams signed card, 1987 Topps, number 96, and it did go for $91. And I got hundreds more from this set signed, and these guys are going crazy over them. So
now, can I offer a bit of words of wisdom for you, Mr.
Sure.
Magazine? I might list a few at a time over the next several months, as opposed to flooding the market, because they may have limited budgets.
True. Okay.
So in other words, I wouldn't list all 100 next week. I'd list 10 a week for 10 weeks.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, luckily the employee that lists these is sick half the time or takes off half the
Thank
time.
goodness.
So if he's supposed to work 30 hours, he works 25. If he's supposed to work 25, he works 20. Lately he's been working 15. Half of those has been packing and pulling. So he's probably only listed about 100 cards total a week. So we don't have to worry about that.
All right. Very good.
Next up, Thoth Aman, Conan, Remco, vintage, 1982 6-inch figure. I kept getting offers.
Oh, wow.
I kept getting $90 and $100 offers for this for a long time. We listed it in September. It sold for the $195.
Must be for the movie, I guess?
Yeah, it must be. A lot of those characters and the creatures and villains are always short printed, so I'm assuming this one as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So keep an eye out.
I shall.
Next up, Brian Wilson autographed on tour booklet with JSA COA. Sold for, I think I took $125 on this. I can't remember where I got it, but I think someone locally sold it to me. And, I didn't know if it was real or not. I didn't pay a ton of money on it, and it turns out it's real, and I profited from it.
Well, that's an interesting signature. That's one of those signatures that if you found a cut signed,
they would not probably certify it.
Well, but let's say they did. Let's say they knew who it was.
Yeah.
You picked that up. That does not look like Brian Wilson.
No.
So, in other words, you're out somewhere and somebody's got some cuts. I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't know. But now you know.
I mean, it looks like he signed it lying in bed.
It looks like he signed it Periwinkle.
Okay, moving on. They went over everyone's head. Next up, Playboy, Volume 26, Number 10, October 1979.
Wow, you've sold one in the last 24 hours.
Yep. So the lister put up Ursula, Butch Fellner, and Gig Gandel, who probably are the playmates inside, but failed to put Burt Reynolds. And guess what?
True.
It still went for $226. The point is, it's probably a $5 to $10 magazine because it was high grade. I sent it in, got a 9.0, and got 20 times my money out of it.
And Buck Fellner is a...
Ursula Buckfellner. Everyone knows her. I think they had money made after her.
I would think so.
Next up, 1970 Topps Football Near Complete Set. Excellent set.
Oh, wow.
263. 254 cards out of 263. OJ's included. I think it's got a lot of the big name guys as well. 9 cards missing, and I took a $425 offer on this. And I think we had it up for maybe a year.
Wow.
All right, and I knew you already had that one.
I do. And you've sold one in the last 24 hours.
Exactly. Good for me. Next up, don't throw your sneakers away. Adidas EQT Support 9118, whatever that means. Retro style, bold orange, size 11. And it went for $40.
What age are those? Any idea?
That's a good question. I don't think they're going to be that old. Maybe 5 to 10 years old.
So you're telling me no matter what, I shouldn't throw away my Adidas?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think it would be smart of you. Yeah.
That's what I was checking. First item I have today, Rochester, New York, School for the Deaf, Advocate Magazine, November 1969, dedication. I brought this up for one reason.
It's from Rochester.
I tried to sell this at Whatnot for $3. I had 5 items from the Rochester School for the Deaf. I put them all into one Whatnot auctions, try to sell them all for $3 a piece. Nobody wanted them. So I was forced to sell them for $15 a piece, all to the same buyer on eBay. So somebody could have paid $15 for all 5 of them, decided to let me sell them for $75. Thank you.
Sadly, they're not listening to you. Your words of wisdom. Maybe they don't have to live near Rochester, but they could have a nice Rochester lot to list on eBay. But they chose not to.
They chose not to. I do appreciate.
Twice you were smart with Rochester. The first time you bought them and the second time you sold them.
I do appreciate everybody allowing me to make some money, but I am trying to give you money over on Whatnot. I really am. 5 of these, you could have spent $15, gotten $75. You said, no. So I'll put the money in my pocket.
I always offer to buy the leftovers.
I know you do, but this is much better.
The rich get richer.
Tom Hardy, Glenmore Distillery, Play Money. You have 10,000 smooth, mild, mellow, straight dollars. Don't know the age of it. I did take a $15 offer on it. I attempted to find out some about it, and this was actually a little difficult to find. But it is a pretty neat little item, and the nice thing about something like this, too, is it doesn't take up a lot of space. And if you look, it's got the crease in the center and everything, so it's not mint condition by any means whatsoever.
Well, it was folded in someone's wallet. They thought they could really use it.
That would be true. Pretty neat little item right over there, and I know people collect things like this that are, like money, so I see something like this, pick it up. Do not pick this up if you see it, though. Bermuda and the Castle Harbor Beach and Golf Club, 1970s. For a while there, I was picking up a lot of Bermuda stuff because this was back. I picked this up in 2010, and that was back when auctions were still going around here. And there must have been a couple of people that had gone to Bermuda a few times because there was a lot of Bermuda brochures and all that stuff at the auctions. So I was like, oh, it's going to be good stuff, good stuff. It's not. If that took 14 years to sell for $11 plus shipping.
Oh, sad.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I was heckling myself. You really don't have to pile on.
Bonding with you.
Oh, thanks. Family Houses by the Sea, 2001 calendar, Jerome Darblay. This actually went for $24 and sold in about a week and a half. This, I would not have thought would sell.
Yeah.
I certainly would have thought that the Bermuda item would have sold a lot quicker.
Now, if there was a book title this, I would say yes, but a calendar, no.
Yeah. A little trick here on calendars. A lot of times the back cover will show all of the interior, and then you just show a picture of the back cover, and then they can see all of the pictures. I'm sure you knew that.
Oh, I knew that, but I don't know if my employees do.
Well, maybe they need to watch this channel.
Yeah.
And with all the money you're paying them, they can go to T. Rowe Price. I ended up taking, a $12 off or something on that, but I ran right to the bank with the money and deposited it before the guy changed his mind. No idea why he wanted a 1973 T. Rowe Price Growth Stock Fund annual report. It was one of those things that came in a lot somewhere, and I said, well, what else am I going to do with it? I might as well list it.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is very happy because they had this. I hope they're not using it for investment purposes. Might not be accurate anymore. And finally, another thing not to buy, because it will take 16 years to sell. Presbyterian Life Magazine Construction Machines. Now, I picked this up many, many years ago because I said, oh, that's cool. It's got the construction machines in the background. People are going to like that. They didn't. I guess that just goes to show, though, when you're in the long tail business, any day you can get a surprise. You can get something to sell that's taken 16 years to sell.
Crazy. I think I had that stuff, and luckily I don't list it.
Well, we're both smarter than we were in 2008. I think that's what it comes down to.
So if you had a box of these sitting in a corner now, would you throw them out?
I probably would put them all together in one giant lot is probably what I would do. I'd probably lot them all out. But it would be how I would try to sell them, at least. And hopefully this gentleman would say, wow, I need all the rest for my set.
True. Where have you been all my life?
So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.